meeting.
Thank you. Planning Board for the Township of Piscataway is called to order. Adequate notice of this meeting was provided in the following ways. Notice published in the Courier News. Notice published on the bulletin board of the municipal building. Notice made available to the Township Clerk. Notice sent to the Courier News and Star Ledger. Furthermore, in keeping with the guidelines that have been disseminated by the Department of Community Affairs, the Planning Board has tried its best to comply with the Open Public Meeting Act through this virtual platform. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Mayor Waller,
Present.
Councilwoman Cahill. I don't see Gabby. Ms. Corcoran,
Here.
Ms. Saunders,
Here.
Reverend Kenny,
Here.
He's muted.
Well, he's here.
he's here.
Here.
Mr. Ahmed,
Yes, here.
Phil, how do you say your last name? I apologize.
Echeverria,
Echeverria. Okay, I was practicing that today. Mr. Echeverria.
here.
Here, and Madam Chair.
Here.
Laura, it's not on the agenda, but are we doing a Pledge of Allegiance in both meetings?
We
I think we
can.
should do it to be safe.
Okay,
If you'd like.
and we'll do the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge
Pledge
allegiance
allegiance
to the flag
Flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice
for all. I will now entertain nominations for chairperson of the Piscataway Township Planning Board.
If I may, Mr. Barlow, I'd like to nominate Brenda Smith as chairperson of the board.
Do I have a second?
Carol Saunders, second.
Any other nominations? Hearing none, nominations are closed. Can we have a roll call, Ms. Buckley?
Mayor Waller,
Yes.
Gabby's not on.
I'm here.
Oh, Councilwoman Cahill,
Yes.
Ms. Corcoran,
Yes.
Ms. Saunders,
Yes.
Reverend Kenny,
Yes.
Reverend, you're
He's
talking.
still on mute.
Just wave and say yes. Here we go.
I don't think his
Technical
things aren't
assistance.
working.
Okay.
Mr. Ahmed,
Yes.
and that's it.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be nominated again. Thank you.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, we got you, Reverend Kenny.
The other mic was broken. Thank you.
I'll now turn over the rest of the meeting to Chairwoman.
Okay, thank you very much. Election is now open. Nominations are now open for vice chairperson. Do we have any nominations?
Madam Chair, I'd like to nominate Reverend Kenny as vice chair.
Do we have a second?
Go incorporate on.
Oh.
Oops, sorry.
Saunders, second. Are there any other nominations? Therefore, we're closed to the nominations. Can we call the roll for the nomination of the election of Reverend Kenny as vice chair?
Mayor Waller,
Yes.
Councilwoman Cahill,
Yes.
Ms. Corcoran,
Yes.
Ms. Saunders,
Yes.
Mr. Ahmed,
Yes.
and Madam Chair.
Yes. Nominations are now open for the nomination of a secretary. Do I have nominations?
I'd like to nominate Carol Saunders, Madam Chair.
Do I have a second?
I will second that, Councilwoman Cahill.
Thank you. Are there any other nominations for secretary? Closed for nominations for secretary. Roll call, please.
Mayor Waller,
Yes.
Councilwoman Cahill,
Yes.
Ms. Corcoran,
Yes.
Reverend Kenny,
Yes.
Mr. Ahmed,
Yes.
and Madam Chair.
Yes. Appointment of a board attorney.
Madam Chair, I'd like to make a motion to appoint Tom Barlow as board attorney.
Carol Saunders, second. Roll call, please.
Mayor Waller,
Yes.
Councilwoman Cahill,
Yes.
Ms. Corcoran,
Yes.
Ms. Saunders,
Yes.
Reverend Kenny,
Yes.
Mr. Ahmed,
Yes.
and Madam Chair.
Yes. We have appointment of a planner.
Would like to, Madam Chair, I'd like to make a motion to appoint CME Engineering.
Do I have a
Carol
second?
Saunders. Carol Saunders, second.
Thank you. Roll call.
Mayor Waller,
Yes.
Councilwoman Cahill,
Yes.
Ms. Corcoran,
Yes.
we lost one, Ms. Saunders,
Yes.
Reverend Kenny,
yes,
Mr. Ahmed,
Yes.
and Madam Chair.
Yes. Appointment of recording secretary and clerk.
Madam Chair, I'd like to make a motion to appoint Laura Buckley.
Do I have a second?
Carol
Second.
Saunders,
Reverend Kenny,
second.
second,
Oh, thanks, guys.
Roll call.
Mayor Waller,
Yes.
Councilwoman Cahill,
Yes.
Ms. Corcoran,
Yes.
Ms. Saunders,
Yes.
Reverend Kenny,
yes,
Mr. Ahmed,
Yes.
and Madam Chair.
Yes.
Thank you.
Appointments for the committees.
Madam Chair, if I make a suggestion, I believe Reverend Kenny and Dawn Corcoran were on the committees last time,
Mhm.
unless I'm missing somebody else.
And I believe
Smith.
Ms.
Yeah, Ms.
Smith
Smith.
was also on the
Board of Ed.
trustee committee.
Yeah,
Okay, and the EDC.
that would be Dawn Corcoran.
Okay. Okay, thank you. Roll call on those appointments?
Mayor Waller,
Yes.
Councilwoman Cahill,
Yes.
Ms. Corcoran,
Yes.
Ms. Saunders,
Yes.
Reverend Kenny,
yes,
Mr. Ahmed,
Yes.
and Madam Chair.
Yes. Motion for an adjournment?
Madam Chair, I make the motion for adjournment of this meeting.
Second, Councilwoman Cahill.
Thank you. Roll call. All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
Aye.
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 Granted.
Thank you very much.
Okay,
Yeah,
well, we will now reopen for the regular meeting.
thank you.
The Piscataway Planning Board meeting will now come to order. Adequate notice of this meeting was provided in the following ways. Notice published in the Courier News, notice posted on the bulletin board of the municipal building, notice made available to the township clerk, notice sent to the Courier News and the Star Ledger. Would the clerk please call the roll?
Mayor Waller,
Present.
Councilwoman Cahill,
Here.
Ms. Corcoran,
Here.
Ms. Saunders,
Here.
Reverend Kenny,
Here,
Mr. Atkins. Did we lose Alex?
Mr. Atkins? Yeah, he's right there.
There he is. Mhm.
Here,
There he is. Mr. Ahmed,
Here.
Mr. Echeverria?
here.
All right. Chairperson, Madam Smith. Ms. Smith.
Here.
Okay.
Mr. Barlow, would you please read the open public meeting notice?
Certainly, Madam Chair. And once again, in keeping with the guidelines that have been disseminated by the Department of Community Affairs, the Planning Board has tried its best to comply with the Open Public Meetings Act through this virtual platform. There will be a public comment period for all attendees. Each member of the public shall have one opportunity to speak during each public portion. As technology does not allow us to know if there are multiple callers on an individual phone line or logged in user account, we ask that if you wish to speak that you log in or dial in separately so we can recognize you as a separate individual. If you wish to speak, please raise your hand on the Zoom app, or if you have called in on the phone, press 9 to unmute. When it is your turn to speak, you will be called upon either by name or phone number. Please speak at this time. You'll ask your name and address and will be sworn in prior to your question or comment. Thank you.
Thank you. Can we all recite the Pledge of Allegiance? You can see the flag over my right shoulder. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Can we have the swearing in of the professionals?
Yes. Can you please raise your right hand? Do you swear that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Mr. Barlow, are there any changes to our agenda tonight?
Yes, Madam Chair. Number 11, 24 PB 08/09 LRN Properties has been postponed until February 12th, 2025. If you are here for that matter, it'll be heard at the February meeting. You will not get any further notice of same. And that's the only change to the revised agenda, Madam Chair.
Okay, thank you. May I have a motion to pay the duly audited bills?
Madam Chair, this is Carol Saunders. I make a motion to pay the duly audited bills.
Do I have a second?
Reverend Kenny, I'll second it.
Roll call.
Yes.
Roll
Laura, you're
call.
muted.
Maybe that's why he wasn't answering. I'm sorry, I'm doing three things at one time. I
The
apologize.
mayor read your
Mayor
lips.
Waller, Councilwoman Cahill,
Yes.
Ms. Corcoran,
Yes.
Ms. Saunders,
Yes.
Reverend Kenny,
Yes.
Mr. Atkins,
Yes.
Mr. Ahmed,
Yes.
Mr. Echeverria,
Yes.
and Madam Chair.
Yes. Item number 8, adoption of resolutions to memorialize action taken on December the 11th, 2024.
Carol Saunders and Madam Chair, I'd like to adopt application 24 PB-18/19V GWL for Corporate LL Place preliminary and final site plan with bulk variance.
Is there a second?
Reverend Kenny, I'll second it.
Thank you. Roll call.
Mayor Waller,
Yes.
Councilwoman Cahill,
Yes.
Ms. Corcoran,
Yes.
Ms. Saunders,
Yes.
Reverend Kenny,
Yes.
Mr. Atkins,
Yes.
Mr. Ahmed,
Yes.
and Madam Chair.
Yes.
Madam Chair, I'd like to memorialize a resolution for 24 PB-02/12V, Domini Communications Inc. preliminary and final site plan with bulk variance for withdrawal.
Yes, please note, just by way of background, this is a matter that has been pending before the board for quite some time. The applicant, after much discussion, has decided not to pursue this application. So therefore, in order to keep the, what I would say is the sound administration of the board's agenda, it's a dismissal without prejudice of the application. And if they choose down the road, if they want to resubmit, they certainly can. So it's
Okay.
just a resolution memorializing the dismissal without prejudice.
Fine. Do I have a second?
Reverend Kenny, I'll second it.
Thank you. Roll call.
Mayor Waller,
Yes.
Councilwoman Cahill,
Yes.
Ms. Corcoran,
Yes.
Ms. Saunders,
Yes.
Reverend Kenny,
Yes.
Mr. Atkins,
Yes.
Mr. Ahmed,
Yes.
and Madam Chair.
Yes. Item number 9, adoption of the minutes from the regular meeting of December 11th, 2024.
Madam Chair, Carol Saunders, I'd like to adopt the minutes from the regular meeting of December 11th, 2024.
Do I have a second?
Reverend Kenny, I'll second it.
Thank you. Roll call.
Mayor Waller,
Yes.
Councilwoman Cahill,
Yes.
Ms. Corcoran,
Yes.
Reverend Kenny,
Yes.
Mr. Atkins,
Yes.
Mr. Ahmed,
Yes.
and Madam Chair.
Yes. Adoption of the minutes. I just did that, right?
You just did that, yes.
Yes.
10, item number 10, 24 PB 20, Rivendell Meadows Urban Renewal LLC, Attorney David McPherson.
Thank you, Chairwoman. I assume everyone can hear me okay?
Yes, you can hear you
Yes.
fine, sir.
Thank you. My name is David McPherson. I'm with Waters McPherson McNeil. We represent Rivendell Meadows. This matter is an amendment of a previously approved site plan that seeks to replace 2 garage structures with some recreational facilities. I have with me Bill Lane from Menlo Engineering, who is the site plan engineer, and Scott Weber from Rivendell Meadows. Bill,
Yes.
maybe you could give us your background and your qualifications?
If we could swear him in first, Mr. McPherson.
Certainly.
Carol, you're muted.
Bill, thank you. Bill Lane, do you swear to tell the truth and nothing but the truth?
Yes,
Thank you.
thank you. I've been with Menlo Engineering for about close to 40 years now. Been a licensed professional engineer in the state of New Jersey for approximately 28 years. Testified in front of probably over 100 boards in the state of New Jersey and many times here in Piscataway.
Madam Chairwoman, I ask that the board recognize Bill Lane as an expert.
Yes. Can you give us some of his educational background, please?
Yeah, I graduated from New Jersey Institute of Technology with a bachelor's in civil engineering technology.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Bill, maybe you could give us a brief description of the site and what we're trying to accomplish here.
Yeah, if I could share my screen.
Of course, Mr. Lane, any exhibits you're going to reference A1, A2, and we'll just keep going along that. You can just identify what they are.
Yeah, this is the geometry plan. It's in the set of plans.
Okay.
So I guess everybody should have this already. What we're looking to do is remove two of the garages that were, or actually not installed, the two garages that were along the Edison border, down over here along what was before Sarah Lane, and a portion of Sarah Lane will not be constructed. So what the applicant's looking to do is to install a tennis court, 2 pickleball courts, and a half basketball court. In addition, add 6 parking spaces so it could utilize that to access the rec area. Along with that, they're looking to add a footbridge to connect over to the clubhouse, which is a good idea. So anyone at the clubhouse wants to come over and use the rec area, come over the footbridge. The footbridge, everything we've done with it and that as labeled on the grading plan can be constructed with a permit by rule by the DEP. So there's 5 criteria, which we meet all of them. And that could be constructed without having to actually go to the DEP for a permit. Additionally, all the landscaping that was previously proposed along the Edison border here has been redistributed, but all the planting counts are still the same. So all that's still valid from what was originally approved. That's pretty much it in a nutshell on what they're looking to do out here.
But Bill, the plan as proposed fully complies with the amended redevelopment plan,
Yes, it does.
including parking requirements.
Yes, we're required to have 528. We're still at 561.
Thank you, Bill. At this point, Bill, do you have a chance to review the December 16th CME letter?
Yes,
And Rivendell can comply with their requests in that letter?
yeah. There's only a handful that we need to address, but yes, we have no problem with that.
Yeah, Mr. Lane, I just made it simple. Just add notes to the plan that, you know, what the changes are. Don't change the header. This is an amended plan. Let's keep it simple.
Okay, we'll do.
Thanks.
If that's all we have for the board, if there's any questions, we'd be happy to respond.
Members of the board, do you have any questions of this witness, Mr. Lane?
Madam Chair, if I may.
Yes, go ahead.
Thank you. Just a quick question. So that where those garages, Mr. Lane, were not constructed, that the plan was originally to construct them because the road was going to be constructed. That's
Correct.
okay.
Yes.
And so is there any reason why that road is not being constructed?
In order to fit the rec areas, because we have limited area between the property line and where the wetlands are, there's a buffer to that. So we can't put the road and fit all the recreational amenities. If we put the road in, then we can't be able to install the recreational amenities.
Okay. And no need for the garages anymore, I take it.
Yeah, just the one up north or to the west there along Zanzilary Way, because that's already been constructed, I believe.
Right. Okay, thank you. That was my only question. Thank you.
Any other board members have any questions of this witness? Thank you. We could open it to the public.
Oh, Bill, can you unshare your screen, please?
Yep.
Thank you.
Members of the public, anyone wishing to have any questions of this witness, please indicate so by raising your hand on screen. Ms. Buckley, do you see anyone raising their hand?
No, Madam Chair.
Okay, thank you. Close to the public. You may call your next witness, Mr. McPherson.
Madam Chair, we have no further witnesses as there are no deviations, variances, and it fully complies with the redevelopment plan. we respectfully request that the board approve the amended site plan.
Okay, members of the board, if you have no further questions, this application seems to be complete. Would someone care to make a motion?
Madam Chair, this is Councilwoman Cahill. I'd be glad to make a motion that we approve this application.
Do I have a
Carol
second?
Saunders, second.
Thank you. Roll call.
Mayor Waller,
Yes.
Councilwoman Cahill,
Yes,
Ms. Corcoran,
Yes.
Ms. Saunders,
Yes.
Reverend Kenny,
Yes.
Mr. Atkins,
Yes.
and Mr. Ahmed,
Yes.
and Madam Chair, sorry.
No problem. Yes. Thank you, Mr. McPherson. Your
Thank
application.
you very much.
Thank you.
Thank
Is,
you.
is that a record on time?
Close.
Mm.
Thank you
Thank
again.
you. Mhm.
Well,
Have a good night.
Have a
Thank
good
you.
night.
Good
You
night.
too.
Thank you.
Number 11 has been withdrawn,
Postpone.
I'll postpone.
postponed, I'm sorry. It was a long one, too.
That's it.
Number 12, guess what? Do I have a motion to adjourn? Before we do that, it was a reminder that the site meeting is on January 22nd in 2025 at 2:30, and our next planning board regular meeting is at 7 o'clock on February 12th.
Look at that, done before the meeting would have even started last month.
See, 7 o'clock's a good thing. We just have to remember.
It's a beautiful thing.
I'll make an offer to adjourn.
Thank you. Kenny.
Okay,
I like
second,
it offer. Yeah.
all in
Carol
favor?
Saunders, second.
Aye.
Aye, ayes have it.
All right. Thank you.